Hi, and welcome to my channel, where I will be talking about a specific fragrance from a brand called Sospiro. And the fragrance I'm going to be talking about is called Basso. In this video, I intend to give you an overview about the fragrance itself, how does it smell like, to which fragrances does it actually compare, and if you should buy it or not. But before I do that, I'm going to make a quick introduction about myself and what I plan to do with the channel. You can skip the intro if you want and go straight to the fragrance. The time will be linked in the description. Who am I? What do I do? So essentially, I have been collecting fragrances for 7 years, give or take. And I've started off with fragrances such as Hugo Boss, Boss Bottled, the OG. And then I've moved into other designers, such as the one by Dolce & Gabbana. And then I've made my first discovery or first plunge into the niche world with Aventus, which was my first signature scent, or first niche signature scent, I should say. And it was also the first fragrance that has given me the vibe of this is exactly how a man should smell like. And to be honest, I've been on the search for other fragrances that give me the same feeling ever since. And I've had that feel twice after I've smelled Aventus. Let's talk about those two times. The second time was essentially with smelling Oligarch. Oligarch from Roja. I believe that was 2 years ago, and I've tried it in a boutique, and I was immediately hooked. So I ended up having both versions actually of Oligarch. So I ended up having both the EDP and the Parfum version. And even though I was incredibly happy with the smell of that fragrance, I was really disappointed by the actual performance. So I ended up setting both, even though I didn't really feel like doing so. But essentially, if I'm not able to smell the fragrance and I'm paying 450 euros, and it doesn't really make too much sense, right? So fast forward a couple of years to actually last week, and I have basically got to the third point already where I can safely say this is how a man should smell like, right? And there's a good reason why I'm saying this. And the reason is because this is essentially Oligarch. So, spoiler alert, I can end the video pretty much here. Well, almost. But you're essentially getting Oligarch with this bad boy, right? So you're getting about, I would say, 90% Oligarch. And then the rest is Baccarat Rouge 540, only on the dry down. So the only difference you will notice with this one is that this specific perfume has a much better base. So the base of this one is better constructed than the base of Oligarch. And what this results into is essentially a fragrance that's going to last twice as much as Oligarch ever did. And I'm including both the Parfum and the EDP version. So you're getting 8 to 9 hours performance of this one. You are getting a very good sillage, so you can actually smell yourself. So you can actually smell the fragrance that you bought, which is great, right? Depending who you are and what your goal is with this one, is that other people will smell you as well. So you will attract compliments with this one, right? So you are getting, as I said, 90% Oligarch and then 10% BR540. I actually hate BR540, but luckily for me, it's not as pronounced in the base. So it just anchors the fragrance enough so that it lasts, actually performs, and it allows the actual spices and the woods to stay and shine throughout the wear of this fragrance, which is what I fell in love with as soon as I smelled Oligarch. So from that perspective, I think it's a pretty good buy. What I would say, if you should get it or not, well, it depends who you are, of course. If you know exactly what Oligarch smells like and you're deep into the game of Roja and collecting and you know your fragrances, I would say this is an easy, safe blind buy. If you know, if you are a owner or if you are a big, huge fan of Terre d'Hermès Parfum, the Parfum version, which is this one on the left, then I would say this is also an incredibly easy, safe blind buy. Because if you love this one, you will be amazed by this one as well. If you have not smelled Terre d'Hermès or Roja, do not blind buy. You have to test this one. I also tested this one. I got a sample and I was testing it for a week, almost every day. And yeah, it was incredible. So hence I got the full bottle. Just to round up the review, you're getting a nice box, whatever. I don't really care about the box. Again, depending how deep you are into this game, you will know that this is nothing special. And then just to finish it off with the actual bottle itself. So green and gold, pretty great combo if you ask me. Metal sprayer, so nothing wrong there. Metal cap. The sprayer, I would say, is not as good as Roja, so that is something that you will have to keep in mind. But then again, it works, so it is what it is. And then you get this nice velvety texture, which is just amazing. So you're getting a little bit of a Xerja feel with this one, if I can say so myself. And then just to show you as well, so I don't know if you can see this. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but essentially the batch code is 302304, right? So made in France, which is great. So that is it. Again, pretty good fragrance. It's gonna be my signature scent for the next couple of months. And this one works beautifully in spring, and pretty much any weather that Terre d'Hermès and Oligarch would work in, to be honest. So spring, bit of a colder summer, and then fall as well. I would not wear this in the winter because it's gonna get eaten up by the cold. Although I still have to test this outside because the BR540 base might actually give this good staying power in the winter as well. So I'm gonna test that one and let you guys know. But essentially, again, this is approved pretty much as a signature scent all year long. I would have other choices to choose from when it comes to the summer and hot heat, but still you can wear this one. Like, who's gonna stop you, right? So again, that is it. Pretty much I'm gonna keep this video short. What I will plan to do on this channel is, again, do videos on fragrances that I like in a very similar fashion. And then specifically for the next couple of videos, I'm gonna do Vibrato, and I'm going to do Accento Viola because I also have those. And then afterwards, I'm going to continue with the fragrances I own and are my favorite ones from, Roja, Xerjoff, what else do I have? YSL, Louis Vuitton, etc. So again, depends what I feel like talking about. I will do it. If you have any recommendations or anything you would like to see or hear, let me know. If you have any specific questions about Basso, where I got it from, how much I paid, if it's worth it, again, any questions whatsoever, any concerns, let me know, and I will do my best to get back to you ASAP. And yeah, if you want to see more videos, subscribe. Thanks a lot.